All right. Hello, yogis. Happy Monday, or whatever day it is, wherever you are, whatever time of day. My name is Jill Entignap, and I'm the lead trainer and creator of Yogi Institute, the online yoga school and studio. And I'm super happy to have you here in the Yogi Institute home studio. So we are doing a 30-minute vinyasa practice to energize our week and to center our mind. Let's go ahead and start today's practice in our child's pose. I'd like to offer, so your big toes come to touch, knees come out wide as feels comfortable for you. Sink your hips back as you start to walk your fingers forward and let your forehead rest down. You can't really see on my mat. I'm just going to go through a couple tips. Spread those fingers out wide. Let that forehead rest down. One thing that I've really noticed, especially as a beginner student, that's really, really useful is a center line on your mat. So if your mat doesn't already have that center line, I recommend taking a Sharpie and actually drawing a line down the center of your mat so that you know where that center point is. And then you'll start to work outward. You'll start to use that center line for the alignment, especially for your standing postures. But it's also great for your kneeling postures, for the postures where you're in your tabletop. But that's a tip that I highly recommend, especially as a new student. But even for myself, I have a center line on my mat, and I find it really, really helpful. Another helpful tool, and you're in your child's pose, you're just hanging out, you're letting yourself ground down into your practice, is a mirror. Mirror is really helpful, again, for that alignment, to check in when your foot is straight forward, that your knees stacked over your ankle, that your hips are stacked, or your shoulders are stacked over your hips. A mirror in your home space is really, really helpful for your alignment, for your focus, and for really engaging with your practice. So a center line on your mat and a mirror in your space where you practice are two just little tips that, if you don't have that, I highly recommend. Let's start to become aware of our breath. Feel your inhale expand and your exhale release. Feeling into that natural rise and fall as you're in your child's pose. Your fingers are forward, that forehead is resting down. Your fingers are spread out, sinking your hips back as you lengthen forward. Let's take a deep breath in, feel the breath expand within the body, and a full breath out, feel the body sink into the mat. One more big breath in, feel that expansion, and full breath out, let it go. Bringing your lips to press, activating your ujjayi breath, inhales and exhales through the nose. You can press your tongue against the roof of your mouth to create some restriction in the back of your throat. If you can hear yourself breathing, that's perfect. That is the ujjayi breath. We'll use that as we move breath to movement in our vinyasa practice. Breath to movement is how we increase that energy. When we move with the breath, it's like we're swimming with the current rather than against it. Let's take a couple more ujjayi breaths here. Feel into that sound in the back of the throat. Let that sound draw you into your practice. Press yourself up, stacking your shoulders over your hips, or sorry, your shoulders over your wrists, your knees underneath your hips. Let yourself get nice and solid and sturdy in your tabletop position. And for now, tuck that tailbone under, removing as much of the arch through the low back as possible. Draw the belly button to the spine. We're going to let the head hang heavy, releasing the crown of the head down toward the floor. And then slowly, gently roll right ear toward right shoulder, left ear toward left shoulder. Shifting the chin through center and really feeling into the length through the neck as you shift from side to side. Come through center. Let's gaze to the right, gaze over that right shoulder. Keep that tailbone tucked, keep the core engaged. Come back through center, gaze to the left. Come back through center, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the gaze, shine the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine, head hangs heavy, tuck the chin to the chest to the chin. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round. Let's speed it up. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Take a couple more. And come through neutral. Draw the toes together, the knees back out wide. Sink the hips back. Rock the body forward. Sink the hips back. Rock the body forward. Starting to prepare the wrists and the hips for today's practice. And come back through neutral. Bring the knees back underneath the hips. Flip the toes. Press the toes into the floor. Hover the knees off of the mat. Press through the palms. Really press here. Engage through the core, starting to fire up that core. For 3, 2, 1. Let the knees come down. Take that right leg, extend it out long behind you, roll out your ankle, point and flex your foot. Drop the right leg over to the left and bring it over to the right. And over to the left and over to the right. Over to the left, over to the right. Bring it all the way forward between the hands. Sink forward into that low lunge. Hands on the knee. Whoop. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, sweep the hands behind you. Draw the shoulder blades together. Lengthen the hands back and down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come behind you. Clasp those hands. Draw the shoulders together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands behind you. Draw the chest forward, shoulder blades together. Bring the hands down, straighten through that front leg. Flex your toes to your face. Sink your hips back, lengthen your crown forward. And then sink forward into that front foot and press back. And sink forward, press back, sink forward, press back. From here, sink forward, heel toe the right foot to the left-hand side. We're going to come into our half pigeon here. That left leg is out long and straight behind you. For today's half pigeon, let's stay lifted and take 3 deep breaths here. The more you tuck in that right foot, the more accessible this might be in your body. Always be gentle, modify, do what feels right for you. Your body is your greatest teacher. Let's walk the hands over to the right side, draw the right shoulder back, gaze back. Walk the hands over to the left side, opening up to the opposite side. Come back through center, plant the hands down, send that right foot back, coming into that 3-legged tabletop. Press through the heel, really engage through that leg. Let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the knee down, set yourself back up in that tabletop position. Flip the toes, hover the knees once again, press through the palms, engage through the core for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Let the tops of the feet come down. Take that left leg, extend it out, roll out the ankle, point and flex the foot. Drop it over to the right, gaze over the right shoulder, send it all the way out to the left. Tap the toes, all the way out to the right, all the way out to the left, all the way out to the right, to the left, all the way forward. Come into that low lunge. Sinking forward. Same thing on this side. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Clasp the hands together. Draw the shoulder blades together. Tilt through the chest. Tilt through the chin. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Clasp the hands together. Hands come down. Straighten through that front leg. Flex your toes to your face. And sink back forward. And press back, and sink forward, and press back, sink forward. Let's heel toe that left foot to the right-hand side of the mat. Right leg stays out long and straight. Stay nice and lifted here. Tucking the front foot in a little bit more might make this more accessible. See if you can keep those hips nice and square. 3 deep breaths here as we stay lifted in our half pigeon. And then let's walk our hands over to the left side, draw that left shoulder back. Woo, we feel into that sensation through the legs. Walk your hands over to the right. Come back through center, plant those hands down. Send the left foot back, press through that heel. Let's pulse that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee comes down. Flip the toes, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can start to bend into one knee, bend into the other, shifting the hips from side to side. Hands are shoulder width distance, feet are hip width distance. Let's find some stillness as we sink the heels down and press the chest toward the thighs. Spread the fingers out wide and really press the heels of the palms into the mat. Ground down into the left foot, extend the right leg up high. Take a moment, roll up the ankle. Bend your knees, stack your hips, open up your body to the right. Look between your hands, slowly, gently. That right foot comes all the way through, coming into that low runner's lunge. Let's lift the upper body up. Really come high on the ball mound of that back foot. Sweep your arms up overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, extend. Pop the back heel down. Coming into that warrior one pose. Front foot is pointed straight forward. Back foot's pointed toward the top left corner of the mat. Hips and shoulders are squared forward. Bend into that knee and then press into the outside edge of the back foot. Feel into that back leg engagement. And let's reach the hands up. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the hands back, lengthen the crown forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, arms up. Open up for your warrior two. Parallel that back foot to the back side of your mat. Heel to arch alignment. If you have that center line on your mat, you can really line up the heel to arch alignment. Arms are straight and strong. Straighten, lengthen, look up. Sink in. Inhale, straighten, lengthen, look up. Exhale, sink in. Let's straighten through that front leg. Reach forward. Right hand down, left hand high. Lift your gaze. Reach with your top fingertips. Pulse up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Parallel your feet. Pop your heels in, your toes out. Sink into that wide leg squat. Flip the palms, palm facing up. Let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs. Parallel the back foot to the back side of your mat. Straighten through the front leg. You have that heel to arch alignment. Reach forward. Pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your warrior two. And straighten and lengthen, look up. Sink in. Straighten, lengthen, look up. Sink in. Pop that back foot forward. Come into your warrior one. Back foot's pointed toward the top right corner. Front knee is over the ankle. Hips and shoulders are squared forward. Reach through your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Lengthen the crown forward. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Lengthen the crown forward. Inhale up. Come up on the back toe into that high lunge. Really draw that back heel up. We're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your hands down. Step your left foot back. Bend into your knees. Stack your hips, opening up your body to the left side. Release that left foot down. And let's take a minute and pedal out the feet. And then sink forward into your high plank position. Shoulders are over the wrists. Spread those fingers wide. Press through your palms. Engage through your glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slow and control. Come all the way down to your stomach. Hands stay next to your chest. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Gazes out on the floor in front of you. Draw the shoulder blades together. Draw the elbows in. One more big breath in. Exhale, let the chin come down. Big breath in. Full breath out. This time, as we lift, reach the hands back, clasp them together. Lengthen the hands down, chest open, lift your gaze. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more big breath in. Full breath out. And release down. Take a big breath in, maybe bend into the knees and gently shift the feet from side to side. Come back through center, extend those feet out long. Let's press the palms back into the mat as we lift the upper body back into that high plank. This time we're going to bring right knee forward and back, left knee forward and back for 5, both sides. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down onto your knees as we flip ourselves over onto our backs, tucking the heels in. Reach forward, lean back, keeping the feet on the floor. Let's come into our bridge pose. Hands come down by your side, flip the palms, palm facing down. Inhale, lift your hips up, shimmy your shoulder blades toward one another, tuck your chin to your chest, deep breaths here. Slow and controlled, lower down, one vertebrae at a time. And we're going to do that again. On your next inhale, lift the hips up, ground down into your left foot or stay where you are. Extend your right leg up high. Press the mat away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg lands, left leg lifts. Press the mat away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg lands, slow and controlled. Lower the spine down one vertebrae at a time. With your feet planted, let's take a shift from right to left. Come through center, right ankle above the left knee. Draw that knee in, reach for the back of the leg. And we're in our reclined figure 4. Now, if you work at a desk all day, let's shift right and left. If you imagine yourself sitting in a chair, you can do this posture throughout your day while you're seated at your desk. You just bring that right knee above the left ankle. Maybe shift a little bit from right to left, especially if you have a little spinny chair. It's just going to help keep the hips from not getting so tight throughout the day. Anything that you can do to support movement in the body, to support lengthening through the tissues throughout your day if you spend a lot of time seated is going to be beneficial. Let's switch it out. Left ankle comes above the right knee. Reach for the back. Draw that knee in. Wow, this side feels so different for me. Take a couple deep breaths and then maybe bring in that shift from side to side. Come back through center. Let's reach for the outside edges of the feet as we draw the knees into the outside edges of the ribs. Tuck the tailbone under. Feet are parallel to the ceiling. Gently rock right and left, massaging the low back into the floor. And then we're going to tuck the left foot in, extend the right leg out. And switch it out, tuck the right foot in, extend the left leg out. Come back through center. Knees come through center. Let's press ourselves all the way up into a seated position. Extend those legs out long. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, hinge forward. Stay as straight as you can through your spine, imagining that your chest is shining towards your toes. So making this more about the back line of the body than about the spine. Come through center, tuck the right foot in, keep the left leg extended. Inhale, arms up, exhale, come forward. You can plant those hands forward. Again, bring the chest forward and really feel that through the right leg, the left leg, whichever leg, maybe both. Come through center, take that right foot, extend it out. Left foot tucks in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Stay nice and tall. Come back to your breath. Come back through center. Soles of the feet come together, knees wide. Get nice and tall, and let's start to walk the hands forward, staying straight through the spine. Again, allowing this to be about the hip flexors more so than about the spine. Let's walk our hands over to the right, draw that right shoulder back. Walk the hands over to the left, draw the left shoulder back. Come through center. Let's take that right hand across the front line of the body. Use the left hand to guide it across. And we'll switch it out. Left hand comes across, right hand guides it across, create space through the shoulders. Come back through center, plant your hands down. Let's plant the feet on the floor. Take a moment, shift the knees from side to side. Scoot your bottom toward your heels. Once again, reach forward, slow and controlled, come all the way back down. Heel toe the feet together. Tee out your arms and drop your knees over to the left to start. You can bring those knees up as high as feels right in your body and maybe gaze out over your right fingertips. Let's come back to our breath awareness. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. The breath is doing just as much work here as the body is. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Come back through center. Draw the knees in toward the chest. Gently rock from side to side. Drop both knees over to the right. Extend the left arm out. And maybe draw the knees in. Gazing out over the left shoulder. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Couple more. Come back through center. Take a moment. Shift your knees from side to side. Send your legs straight up toward the ceiling. Let the back sink into the floor. Roll out the ankles, point and flex the feet. Slow and controlled, start to lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything sink into the floor. Take whatever position you need here in order to allow yourself to fully relax. And as we come into this final resting pose, maybe you allow yourself to kind of float away, or maybe you focus your mind on asking yourself, what do I want to let go of? What do I want to let go of? So maybe it's things, maybe you have some clutter that you can let go of. Maybe it's thoughts, beliefs, or ideas that you can release and let go of, like I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable. Or maybe it's feelings. Maybe you have some forgiveness to focus on. Maybe there's some hurt, some pain that you'd like to let go of. So I encourage you, as we're here for the next couple minutes, just taking some time to reflect and ask yourself with genuine curiosity, what do I want to let go of? And let's draw the knees in toward the chest, gently rock from right to left. Grab the backs of the legs as you rock yourself up into a seated position. Ground down into your sit bones, press your palms through heart center, tuck your chin to your chest. Take a moment to acknowledge anything that came to the surface of your awareness, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, throughout today's practice. Take a moment to plant a seed for your day. Maybe today you want that seed to be clarity. Maybe today you want that seed to be energy. Maybe you want that seed to be productivity. Take a moment, get intentional, and plant this seed in your mind, in your heart, in your body for today. Take a deep breath in. Know that your breath, these deep breaths, nurture that seed, that intention, that mindfulness. And again, big breath in, full breath out. Let's do one more big breath in, full breath out. Thank you for being here today, for showing up for yourself, for sharing in this space, for sharing in this practice. It is always my honor to share this practice with others. If you enjoyed this class, know that you can like it, favorite it, subscribe, you can share it, you can follow. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can come back to these practices. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. I hope to see you again on your mats very, very soon, maybe tomorrow for our Kundalini class. Again, like, subscribe, follow wherever you're watching this from. Until we meet again, may your light be your guide.